Hi, greetings. Hello to all the mystics and dreamers out there. Decided to do a tarot reading today. The theme for today's tarot reading is alchemy. I've been thinking today about how alchemy can be a metaphor for transforming difficult experiences and eventually finding some inner strength through an experience that was difficult. I've also been thinking recently about being true to your own sense of weirdness, which can take different forms. Like right now, for me, my sense of weirdness is ecstatic dance, which isn't that weird when you think about it, but to me it's a little bit outside the box, or like outside of my comfort zone. So ecstatic dance is awesome. And then I've also been thinking about how we each on our life path discover the ways that we thrive the best, and discover our own personal sense of well-being. And basically, like, this is a big deal to me because I did not thrive or have a sense of well-being in my 20s, but now that I'm in my early 30s, I feel like by creating a warm home environment with my husband, Joey, I'm able to have that time and space to be true to myself and discover how I thrive and how I create my sense of well-being. So I know everyone's life path is different, but I hope that if you're interested, you can find that space for yourself to thrive, whether that's reading a certain genre of book or expressing yourself through writing and art, or whatever that may be. It's really exciting to me. I really like the way that life can be, basically that life can heal and regrow, basically. And that's kind of a metaphor basically too, but I feel like it's something that actually happens. Like I was talking to my husband Joey, and I was saying that I feel like I can't continue in the next 10 years of my life with the same mind frame that's gotten me through the past 10 years. So in that sense, we're constantly reinventing ourselves in different ways and discovering how we're going to take the next few steps in our path with the knowledge that we have now. And then I know in 5 or 10 years my knowledge is going to be totally different, or at least the themes that I'm focusing on is probably going to be totally different. Okay, so let's get to the tarot reading. I'm using the same 3 decks of cards. I'm using the Chrysalis Tarot and Paulina Tarot and the colorful Animal Wisdom Tarot. What I'm going to do is flip over the cards. I've already shuffled and drawn the cards. I'm going to do 3 from each deck, and let's see what we draw. I'm kind of curious to see what it's going to be. Okay, first one from the Chrysalis Tarot. 7 of Stones. This is really interesting. I think I'm going to lean towards my interpretation that I had last time. Basically, I feel like this young woman is kind of turning her back on some things. That's what I said last time. I don't know. You could also say she has a connection to nature. I think this time I'm more, last time I thought she was turning her back on things, but this time I'm more drawn to the ferns at the bottom. And I feel like I was talking about cycles of regrowth and healing in life, I feel like this is someone who has a connection to nature, and she's standing at the doorway of something new. So I think it's overall positive, although I guess like the fact that her eyes are downcast means that she might not fully appreciate how many opportunities she has at this point, but it's all there. So as soon as she looks up, she might find more opportunities. That's kind of an encouraging card. I kind of like that. Okay, the second card from the Chrysalis Tarot is Page of Stones, which is the Acrobat. This kind of reminds me of being flexible in life and being able to meet new challenges or incorporate new knowledge into your mindset. So that's what I would say about that one, is just a flexibility to continue moving forward. This is interesting. 7 of Spirals, which is a bear. It looks like the bear is a little bit grumpy about coming out of hibernation. The bear also looks a little bit suspicious, like he is, if anyone approaches the cave, it kind of wouldn't be a good idea because he's suspicious. So I feel like the lesson in this card is to be a little bit more open-hearted. And it doesn't mean you're naive, but you can be a little bit more trusting. And as you come out of hibernation, you can be a little bit more trusting. Although, like, winter is approaching, so it's more like a hibernation mode right now. But I'm more interested, I guess, in the attitude of the bear in this card. He's definitely seems like he might want, it's kind of a indication that we can be a little less suspicious of things, a little more trusting. Okay, now we'll move on to the Paulina Tarot. First card for Paulina Tarot is 2 of Wands. That's interesting. I've never really looked at this card that much before. I don't know, there's a lot of different imagery that could be focused on. Like, for instance, there's a globe, or the world is above his hat, and he has wings on his hat. And then there's 2 staffs that form an X behind him. And there are these strange birds there. I think this is another card where it's about being more grounded. It kind of seems like the wings on his hat could represent flights of the imagination, and the globe above his hat could represent the image he has of the world in his head. And like the drum, he's marching to his own drummer. It could be that expression comes up. But then the X behind him is like, it's not a good idea. So I think this is about having a balance and being grounded. Okay, the next card from the Paulina Tarot is 7 of Cups. To me, this card today is about making choices. There's an elegant young lady there. She has all of these goblets being presented to her. And you can't even tell if she's going to choose one. It kind of seems like she's not interested. But seems like it's a good time to make a choice. And even if there are a lot of good things being offered, you're going to have to choose one goblet at a time. So it's about choice and focus. And, it's so funny. Okay, I was thinking of, this is the card we just had, 7 of Cups. And it reminded me of the 4 of Cups, which is, in this case, I feel like she's just downright refusing any goblet, especially like, it's a really nice presentation. She's being given wonderful opportunities, but she's deciding she's not interested. So I think it's kind of funny because I tend to have like a personal take on the cards based on what's been going on in my life, but I hope that there's a universal application to that too. And both of these cards seem pretty similar, like I was saying. I don't know. It's kind of like I think I'd like to draw one more card from the Paulina Tarot to kind of give us more information or some more interpretation on where those 3 cards are going. So let me just pull one of those cards real quick. So I'm kind of interested in, like, if we're going to rely on the interpretation of the cards for an outcome, it seems like there's a choice to be made and a sense of focus and acceptance of a path in life that's needed. And let's see. Okay, choosing this card randomly. Okay, so the card I drew is the Ace of Pentacles. And in this card, the character is like a tree sprite, it looks like. It looks like there's, he is a fairy or a sprite who is part of this tree, and he has roots, and there's a nest with robin eggs in it. And then there you can see there's like birds flying behind him, and there's also positive celebration of these stars coming out of the trumpet he's playing. So I feel like this is an indication that if a choice is made through these 2 cards in the Suit of Cups that we had, if a good choice is made, then there's a sense of growth and a sense of celebration and a positive way of interacting with life. Like, I get a sense of all the elements of nature in this card, which is very positive. So I feel like it's about celebrating life and maybe staying true to your own nature, which is kind of interesting too. That's cool. I like how even though there were 3 cards that were kind of like warnings or things to work on or things to take a step forward with, I like that the Ace of Pentacles kind of indicates that there can be a positive outcome to that still. Okay, my video is pretty long at this point, so I'm going to try to get through the 3 animal cards pretty quickly. Okay, this is the 8 of Shells, which is an octopus. And what occurs to me is that an octopus is really intelligent. So I feel like the octopus is under the water in the ocean. So I feel like the ocean represents the sea of consciousness, and the octopus represents intelligence. So this card could mean trusting the intelligence of the sea of consciousness. That's one interpretation. Okay, oh, and then we got this card again, the crab, which is the 4 of Shells. And this one could be about choices too, because the crab is deciding which shell will be his new home, since it looks kind of like a hermit crab to me. It's also about abundance, because there's so many lovely things that are available to the crab. And the last card, we keep turning up a lot of the same cards. This is kind of interesting. But the last card is the Seer of Branches, which is the fox. And if you've been watching the other videos, you'll recognize this card. I think this is about enjoying the simple things in life and not overlooking how wonderful it is just to be alive, to experience life. I'm saying that because the fox looks so entranced with this fire on the branch. And that's kind of like a simple thing, like we take for granted fire. But you don't have to take anything for granted really in life, because simple joys are really pleasant, and it's just really good to be alive and to have the opportunity to take each step on your life path. Thank you very much for tuning in and listening to this video. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you next time.